as a Christian, you have to beware of pride and self-righteousness. When you are serving God and pride and self-righteousness creeps in without you knowing, then it makes that service that you are rendering to God of no effect. And in this video, you would learn 7 secrets on avoiding pride and self-righteousness in your service to God. Hello everyone, welcome to the Unrevealed channel. I thank you very much for clicking on play. Thank you for using your precious data or MB to watch this video, and I thank God for giving me this privilege to preach and teach you his word in his name. We're going to look at 7 secrets on avoiding pride and self-righteousness in rendering service to God. We are going to look at it from the parable of the unprofitable servant found in Luke 17 from verse 7 to 10. Jesus said something that we are going to really focus on in this video. He said that, does the matter thank the servant for doing all that was commanded of him? Jesus said, I think not. And he said to his disciples, so likewise, when you have done all that was commanded of you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done only that which is our duty to do. It is based on this truth that we will bring out the 7 secrets to avoid pride and self-righteousness in your service to God. Now, the first secret is understand that doing God's will or doing the commandments of God is your duty. I'm a lawyer. When I get to court and I'm appearing before a judge, I have to wear my wig and my gown. When I get to court and the judge comes in and we all rise, we bow before the judge. Now, when the judge is addressing me or I'm addressing the judge, I have to be on my feet. It is my duty as a lawyer to do these things. If I then begin to boast in the fact that I'm wearing wig and gown before the judge, or in the fact that I'm bowing before the judge, then it is as though there is a screw that is not knotted properly in my head. And that is the same way it is for us as Christians. As a Christian, your duty is to do the commandment of God. It is like a human being. Your duty is to breathe so that you can live. So you then beginning to boast that, oh, I'm breathing, I can breathe. It's like God is like, that is your duty. It is what you are commanded to do. You cannot but do it. So when you are doing it, realize that it is a natural thing. It's something that's supposed to be normal for you. So when you are giving tithes, you are giving offering, when you are forgiving someone, or when you are walking in love towards someone, or you are helping someone in need, the thought of I'm giving, I'm forgiven, when your shoulder is lifted high would not come, because you realize that it's something that is supposed to be normal for me to do. So I can't be taking credit over something that it's as normal as breathing. The second secret is, do not exalt your works of service as a favor unto God. And this we Christians, we do it a lot. We do it unconsciously. Like, these things are subtle things that we do, and I've done it a lot. You do stuff like, God, it's because of you. It's because of you that I did not insult that person. It's because of God. If not because of God, as though you are doing a favor to God. Job was upright, yes, but he had exalted the works of his uprightness as a favor unto God. He would say that, I fed the poor, I never harmed any defenseless person, I was not unrighteous, I was just in all my ways, I served God, and all of that. And he was saying that in a way that what God is doing to me now, I don't deserve it, because God knows that I have served him. Then Eli, one of his friends, rebuked him and said that, if you do righteousness, is it profitable to God? If you sin, is it profitable to God? What do I mean by profitable? Does it add to God? Does it remove from God? Does it make God less faithful? Does it make God less superior, less sovereign? Does it make God less superior to you? Do you understand what I mean? When you have this in your mind that, see, I cannot be exalting the works of service, because those works of service are profitable to me and to other men. When you do right, it affects another person. When you do good, it is for your own benefits. All commandments, the Bible says that his commandments are everlasting life. It is for your own benefit. It's not for God's benefit. So when you begin to do the works of righteousness as though I'm doing God a favor. God, I'm giving because of you. God is like, without you, I can provide for the church. Without you, I can save men and bring men to my glory. So me, if I start to say, oh, because I'm preaching, God, because of you I'm preaching, no. It's like, what are you doing? I will pick somebody else. You have to be careful not to exalt your works of service as a favor unto God. Now, the third secret is call yourself unprofitable and let God commend you by himself. So when I was in university, I used to lead worship in songs, and people will come after that, oh, BC, I was so blessed by the worship that, I felt the presence of God, the atmosphere changed and all of that. And I did not know when I started entertaining those thoughts, and then crept pride into my heart and self-righteousness. So when anybody else is leading worship and I'm not the one leading worship, it's like in my heart, I'm not really worshiping. I'm just like, if I was the one leading, the presence of the Lord would be here. God would be abiding, people will be slain in the spirit, and all of those funny thoughts. And it was because I accepted the commendation of men, accepted my own commendation, and I did not wait for God to commend me. I was listening to what people were saying, and I started to call myself profitable to God. That if I don't lead worship, the atmosphere, the presence of God cannot be brought down. And that is something we need to be careful of. And I believe that is why Jesus told the disciples to say that we are unprofitable servants. We are only doing what is our duty to do. See, your words are very, very powerful, and you hear your words. It is not that Jesus is saying that you should deny your identity, that whatever you lay your hands upon shall prosper. No, Jesus is saying that we should do this so that our hearts will not be exalted. We will not let pride and self-righteousness creep into our hearts. The fourth secret is stop being delusional about you being the best among Christians or the best among your peers. And this happens to us a lot. Even it has happened to me a number of times. Maybe when I go into a new place, I go into a new maybe workplace or new neighborhood. In my heart, I'm like, I'm the only one that has the zeal of the Lord. I'm the only one that is on fire for God. When I see maybe people at your workplace, they are not particularly living out the Christian lifestyle, and then you're like, it's only me in this office that loves the Lord. It's only me in this office that cares about what the Lord thinks. And we enter extreme. That is what happened to Elijah. He said, oh, I'm the one that is zealous. I'm the one that kept your zeal, Lord. He basically was saying that I'm the only righteous person that is remaining in Israel. And God said unto him that yet I have reserved 7,000 people in Israel that have not bowed down to Baal. So there are many, many sons unto God. And you need to realize that, so that you will not begin to think that I'm the best Christian. Now your shoulder will not be lifted high, that I'm the one that does the righteous deeds. I'm the one that does not do corruption. I'm the one that does not lie, And those things, when you let that thought come into your heart, it leads to the excess of pride and self-righteousness. Now, the fifth secret is when something bad happens to you, do not remind God of how upright you are. I repeat this. Do not recount your righteous deeds to God, reminding God that, God, I did this, God, I did that. And I'll use myself as an example again. When I left university, I came up with a 2-1. I wanted a first class. I prayed for a first class. I sowed for a first class. Everything for a first class. I confessed for a first class. When I came out and I got the 2-1, I was not very happy. I did not know when I started unconsciously asking and recounting my righteous deeds to God. I started saying that, but God, I was in prayer band, I was in choir, I evangelized, I prayed, I sowed, I declared the word of God. I even went to the front of my teacher's offices and I spoke and I declared favor upon my papers, a lot of things. And I did not know when I started exalting the works and telling God that I've done these righteous deeds, you should reward me with my first class. And that is something that happens to a lot of us. When I heard recently, the person was giving a testimony. She misplaced her money and she was like, but God, I give my tithe. That she was praying to God that, God, I give my tithe, that I must find my money. As though, you are reminding God that, see, because I have done this upright deed, you too, you must do your own you must reward me in this particular area, dictating the reward that you want on the tithes and offering. And it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that we are dictating, recounting our righteous deeds to God, because when you start to do that, it brings in pride and self-righteousness. It brings in you forgetting that it is by the working of God that you can even do these things. So you need to be careful, not that when something bad happens to you, the first thing that you should do is ask God to teach you what you do not see in this bad situation and cry for help. That is what the Bible said in Job. And this happens to us. You begin to harbor wrath in your heart against God because God did not do a particular thing that you wanted him to do. And I'll give another example of myself. Recently, I will not share what happened, but I was believing God for something really particular. I confessed, I got the scriptures that were backing up the word that I believed I got from God. And the thing didn't happen. And I was very sad that it didn't happen. I started to wonder, like, what happened? Where did I miss it? Where did I go wrong? And before I knew it, I didn't know I had started harboring wrath against God. Because, I really prayed, I really confessed, I didn't know I was harboring wrath. Like, I was angry against God secretly, and I did not know. That's the funny thing, you would not know. I was still doing the videos, I was still, preaching, praying to God, and reading my Bible, still looked as if I was on fire for God. But in my heart, I had wrath in my heart against God. And thank God for good friends. It was a friend of mine that just showed me by the discernment of the Holy Spirit that I am angry against God, and that I need to be like how Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were in certain things. They knew that they were going to be thrown into the fierce furnace, and they said, our God will deliver us, but if he does not, we will not serve your gods. So we need to get to this point in our Christianity that if I get it, I know my God will give me, but if not, I will still serve my God. Does that mean that you should not believe God for things? No, still believe God for things, but don't let your service to Christ be based on what he gives you. Don't let it be based on him doing that which you ask by all means. Do you understand? The sixth secret is don't have confidence in your ability to serve. If you read Job 31, my God, Job had so much confidence in the fact that he has made a covenant with his eyes. He had a lot of confidence in the works that he had done. And many times we begin to have confidence in our ability to do commandments. Like, I give my tithes at the end of every month. I give my offering every week. I don't lie. I can't lie. Let my arm bend if I lie. That was what Job was saying. Let my arm be cut off if I do wickedness to someone. If I don't forgive anybody, let my eye be plucked out. Very confident, forgetting again that it is God that worked in you to will and to do both of his good pleasure. It is because of God that you can even be able to serve. Do you understand? And when we remember this, we would not have confidence in the works themselves. We would have confidence in Jesus as the author and the finisher of our faith, that helps us to do all these things in his name. The seventh secret is, remember, it is his guidance that turns you to do his commandments. I would use the example of the clouds, and I'm getting this example from Job. The Bible says that the clouds, they swell about by his guidance, which turns them to do what he commanded. So just as the cloud in the sky, they swell about, they don't swell about by their own volition. Yes, God commanded them, but also God turned them by his guidance to do that which he commanded them. So when God commands you, it is him that works in you to do that particular commandment. Jesus said, the Father that dwells in me does the works. It is the same Father that dwells in Jesus Christ that dwells in you right now. It is the same Spirit of Christ that you have. It is him that does the righteous works. So when you begin to think that you are the one doing it, you would enter pride and self-righteousness. And I pray that God will help us. It's like if I begin to think that I am the one preaching. I am the one that, set up the Unrevealed channel. I'm the one that knows the scriptures. I understand how to preach it very well. Forgetting that it is the Father that is working in me, that is helping me to preach. Then I enter into the place of pride and self-righteousness, and the channel that I'm doing, the service that I believe I'm rendering to God, now becomes of no effect, because I'm doing it with pride and self-righteousness, like I'm the one that is working in myself to do all these things. And that is what is happening in our lives, a lot of our lives. And we need to be wary. We need to beware. Take heed. Not that you should be anxious, but take heed of these things, of these secrets, so that pride and self-righteousness does not creep into your heart. Hello there, I'm Olabisi Bironke, and I really need your help on winning a YouTube competition. This is an international YouTube competition that is run by video influencers. They are doing a free giveaway, totally free, of a $2,500 video kit, and I need this video kit for my YouTube channel, and I would really need you to help me win this competition by clicking on a link. This link will take you to a page, the competition page, and all you have to do is click log in. You fill in your login details, and after you fill in your login details, you complete an action. You can complete the action under the 14 ways to enter. Just click on, maybe visit their website, maybe subscribe to their YouTube channel, or like their Instagram photo, or please just complete an action. It is when you complete an action that I will get more score points, and once I get more score points, it will increase my chances of winning this video kit. Currently, I'm using my phone to record my videos, and I'm using sunlight, as you can see, as my light, and it really makes me limited in posting the videos, because I have to ensure that the environment is really quiet, that there are no car noises, there are no goats in the area making noise, and that can be tedious sometimes, and I really need you to help me